So very good morning to one and all. So before we start this program, I should thank the distinguished guest, the participants who are all been taken a tough ride and your precious time to reach here. This is actually a remote village with a very limited facilities. First, I should apologize to all and each and everyone that if suppose of any inconvenience, please bear with us. It is in a remote village. Okay, so with these few words, I take this opportunity to start this inaugural function of Blue Carbon Sink. I'll ask the students to take over to start the announcements, please.
Good morning to one and all present here. We welcome you on behalf of our organizing team, 2 days of National Symposium on Blue Carbon Sink 2024. A very warm welcome you all. The galaxy of intellectuals, honorable guests, and beloved students, how awesome is this day? Before we start this talk, I would like to initiate with a quote. Blue has no dimension, it's beyond the dimension. Good things are associated with blue, like clear days. Just the word blue is filled with optimism and positive connotation to the most people. It's my pleasure to be a comparer for this inauguration. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We would like to start this program by Tamil Thai Valthu. I request respected dignitaries, professors, resource person, guest faculty, participants, and students to rise for Tamil Thai Valthu. நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்து கெளிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டவிது தெக்கணமும் மதிசிறந்த திராவிடர் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தனித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. Thank you. I would like to welcome Dr. M. Anand Sir, Associate Professor, Head, Department of Marine and Coastal Studies, Madurai Kamaraj University, to deliver a welcome address.
So once again, very good morning to one and all. I take this opportunity to propose to extend a warm welcome and a welcome address to all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Let me start a formal welcome address. First and foremost to Professor J. Kumar, who have tried his level best to be in person in this function, but due to his commitments, administrative commitments, he could not able to come. But sir has consented to be joined with us online. So I take this opportunity to welcome Professor Kumar sir, our Vice Chancellor, for this Blue Carbon Zinc Symposium. And next, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. K. Batmakumar, who has consented to collaborate with us as a SURA President, Civil Research and Utilization. It's actually an emotional bond between SURA and the Department of Marine and Coastal Studies. When Professor Kumaruguru sir, our founder director, in the year 2006, he has conducted a national symposium on with SURA, and that emotional bond has made us to again get in association with the SURA to have this function. So, and I welcome you, sir, for joining us. And the program could be able to kickstart. To start any program, there should be some ignition should be there. That ignition we had from Mr. Vinod G. Nagmaya, founder director, SNAP Natural Alginate Products Private Limited. Why I say the kickstart is he is the first person to offer us a sponsor for this program. So that boosted us to go forward with a confidence. Thank you so much, sir, for kind support. And it is like it's a national symposium, but we are very fortunate to have Wang Chiang Sheng. So we have heard a lot about Dr. Wang Chang, but it's a nice opportunity to meet you in person, sir. So in your last trip, I extended an invitation, but you could not make it. But this time, we are very fortunate. We welcome you to our Marine Field Research Facility and this conference. Thank you. And I welcome Dr. Anandaraman, sir, who is the Secretary of Seaweed Research and Utilization. When we started deciding to initiate this program, Dr. Anandaraman sir has given a fullest cooperation from the SURA side, and we could be able to come up to the success of this organizing this symposium. Thank you, Dr. Anandaraman sir, and I welcome you. And one special welcome address I just wanted to extend, but it is not enough by words. We know, Professor Kumaruguru sir, we are standing here only because of the platform you created. We know what is the pain and toll you would have taken during your service. And this is a small gratitude to show us that we are here to chase your dream and make it fulfill in the coming days. I welcome you, sir. And one more point as a sideline of this event, I wanted to highlight our Department of Marine and Coastal Studies has completed 25 years since its inception. And this event is also another sideline event to release a souvenir in that aspects. And we are in the year of Silver Jubilee celebrations. And all this because of Professor A.K. Kumaruguru, sir. Welcome you, sir. And I welcome Dr. K. Murugan, sir, who is always my brother and always my moral support. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us for this August gathering. And I welcome Dr. Tajuddin, sir. Tajuddin, sir, again a biggest stalwart in cyanobacteria. It's to be entered into your lab, sir, in Bharidasan University. And so happy that you are be with us for this program. Thank you, sir, and welcome you, sir. And Professor Rangasamy, sir, I welcome you, sir. when I was doing a PhD, I've been a lot inspired by your lectures from University of Madras, and I'm so grateful to be here in this conference. Thank you, sir, so much. There are a list of experts, and before going that, the opening batsman of this symposium, Professor Kadiresan sir. When I was a student, when I was a student, he inspired me to come as a teaching profession. So that is inspiration I got from him. And some of my students used to say that you have a little tinge of Kadrisen's mannerism in teaching. That is all because of you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And happy you have been with us. Welcome you, sir. And we have a lot of experts. We have Dr. Ishwaran, sir. Welcome you, sir. And Dr. Ganesan, sir. Welcome you, sir. And we have a guest. I mean, to my surprise, to the when we started this seaweed and blue carbon sink, the main reason is we wanted to foremost this particular seaweed not only as a culture, it is also to be brought into the discussion of blue carbon sink. So this aspects, I think this will be very much highlighted. For that, I talked with the Dr. Raghavan, additional director from Minister of Environment and Forest, who has given me a clear concept, and he has given me a basic idea how to go about this symposium. Thank you, Dr. Raghavan. And we have Dr. Shivakumar, okay, and I could see Dr. L. Kannan sir in his expertise, and we miss Dr. Kannan sir, but we have Dr. Shivakumar with us. And we have a guest from SRM University, Dr. Velmurugan sir, Dr. Palniappan sir. So welcome you, sir. And I welcome other Sura members, Dr. Balachami sir, and Tangapandi sir, Tangamurugan sir. Yes, Tangamurugan sir, and Dr. Pugadendi, so Dr. Babu sir. So we have 20 experts, Dr. Subbarao sir. So who are all the stalwarts in CV research and utilization. If anybody I missed out from the expertise, please forgive me. Dr. Ravi Kumar sir is always my brother. When my conference is there, Ravi Kumar sir will be the signature speaker in all the conferences. And Dr. Subhash sir, if anybody else I've been missed out, it's only because of foresight, but it is not intention. I welcome again all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and also the participants who have been here to gather knowledge and to have deliberations in this symposium. I welcome you all. I welcome the press. The press peoples also is there to give a wide publicity for this symposium. I welcome all the students, research scholars, and teachers from the other neighboring institutions in Ramanathapuram district. I once again welcome you all. Before completing my welcome address, I would like to give an just idea developed. We wanted to bring in seaweed not only as a culture aspects, but it should also be promoted as a natural solution for climate change mitigation. I request all the experts to highlight this particular theme, and at the end of the symposium, we will derive a minutes and we can send it to the policymakers so that in the future, we can bring seaweed as well as, if possible, coral reefs can also be brought into the discussion, whether it can be used as a mitigation for climate change. So with this few words, I thank you very much, and I once again welcome you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
One important person who is the signatory of all our administrative documents, Dr. S. Kannan sir. Again, I wanted to tell you, if anything is possible here, it's all because of forwarding and approval of Dr. Kannan sir, who is the chairperson of our department. And I missed Dr. Gopinathan sir. He is supposed to join, but he is not able to join. Maybe he's joining in the valedictory address. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to welcome Dr. P. Anantharaman, sir, Secretary, Shruva Professor, and Dean, CAS in Marine Biology, Annamala University, Chidambaram, to enlighten the symposium.
Very good morning to all eminent algal scientists. First of all, we are also organized this conference, Madurai Kamaraj University and Seaweed Research Utilization Association. I think this is the second conference because previously 20 years back, ourselves and Kumaraguru sir also organized the Madurai Kamaraj University 2000. So now again 20 years, now again we start that Madurai Kamaraj University. So I really congratulate Dr. Kumaraguru sir, because the man only started from the field station here, the Pudumadam, now only well established. That's all the credits goes to Dr. Kumaraguru sir. Please give me a big clap. And former Vice Chancellor, very calm person, but he also teaching and research in Kalpa Bannar area, the best bibliography. That's one of the credit to Kumaraguru sir. All that type of research work. Any research scholar, you go through the bibliography, all the work, more than 25 years collected from this particular work. That's only, thank you sir, thank you very much here. You only, there's one of the best pillar of our Madurai Kamaraj University. So I am also proud because I am also one of the Madurai Kamaraj University student, BSc. Botany in Kamaraj University student, and this conference, the only the Vinod Rangamaya sir, SNAP alginate, that alginate is everywhere. That alginate only promote that only that Vinod Rangamaya sir. You are also organized that Art of Seaweed Research Conference. Without SNAP alginate, we don't organize any conference. That's all the credits goes to that SNAP alginate, sir. This conference also sponsored more than 1 lakh rupees. That's much of that help to our Seaweed Association. And Dr. Xiang Shang already visited our center also. He is mainly specialized in copypod specialization. All the time visited our center and all the other foreign, all Tamil Nadu universities. And our president, Dr. Pattakumar, the seaweed man, all the time working. Yesterday also reached the Rameshwaram and immediately go for collection. That much of involvement. And we also that Dr. Pattakumar sir, you also I congratulate. Thank you sir, thank you very much. And this conference, Dr. Tajuddin, now at present Pro Chancellor of Crescent University, just to invite immediately, sir. I want come to attend the conference, sir. Welcome, and your presence also here. And Dr. Kannan. That's one of the coordinator of chairman of energy. All support. Our organization society told now this is the very full support to Dr. Kannan sir, and one more eminent professor, the mangrove man, none other than Professor R.K. Kajiresan sir, the international mangrove field. That's only I invite and talk very good talk in related to carbon sequestration. Because this conference, because I invite all that. Subbarao sir, all the eminent Rangaswamy sir, one by one solite irkalam, because the time is very short. Already organization secretary told, sir, only 5 minutes time. Anyway, this type of, first of all, I congratulate the one young man, that active young researcher, Dr. Anand, organizing secretary. Please give me a big clap. And all the time, only you are also organized in that university or main campus. But I think this is the first time we also organize the conference in the field itself. That's only I really congratulate to Dr. Anand. So here, this conference, all the members, Dr. Palasamy sir, all the members, Dr. Ravi, Main thing is I really thanks to Vice Chancellor Madurai Kamaraj University. That's only sir also gave support that this particular conference. And main thing, this particular conference, the blue carbon sequestration, already all the members well known. There's everything, all the plants, including the phytoplankton and the seaweed, sea grasses, and the salt marsh. Main thing that mangroves, all of them very, very important for a link to their carbon sequestration. So main thing we are also compared that mangrove also highly carbon sequestration. So all the plants, without plants, that carbon sequestration is not possible, because nowadays all the everything talking about the only that climate change. So ocean acidification, a lot of work in Anand also working in that ocean acidification. So now all the members mainly conserve and ecological. What is the role of that? All marine plants also that the sequestration process or carbon sink. That's only that the blue economy is very, very important. That's only this particular conference. All the young researchers also, you gathering more information of this particular conference. This conference, the main thing is we are also celebrated the 25th years of celebration of marine and coastal area studies. I congratulate this. Please give me a big clap to 25 years service of this particular celebration. And this particular conference of more than 87 members participate and give that a lot of papers related to the carbon sequestration and oral and poster presentation, and more than 18 speakers related to lead lecture and plenary lecture also given. So that's also very much useful to all the participants. A lot of members from other states, because other conference also more than 1 or 2 members also coming. But here, a lot of members coming from West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Delhi, Gujarat, and all other states, and Tamil Nadu, a lot of members also participate here. So once again, I really thanks to giving me the opportunity. Thank you. I thank you one and all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Professor Dr. K. Batmakumar, sir, President SRUA, Director, Center for Marine Biodiversity, Department of Aquatic Biology and Fisheries, University of Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram, to deliver a presidential address.
Good morning. It gives me a great pleasure in addressing you this morning. First of all, I take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Anand and his team for conceptualizing this particular topic. Blue carbon sink from marine environment, mangrove, seagrasses is known, and on seaweeds, this is an emerging field. Even though 20 years back there were references to blue carbon from seaweeds, but it is currently emerging, and quite a lot of information is currently available on blue carbon sink from seaweeds. So it's a collage of the idea between Seaweed Research and Utilization Association, as well as the Madurai Kamaraj University, which culminated into a reality today. So at the outset, I thank Professor Anand for this opportunity. So first of all, I also have a privilege of thanking Professor Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madurai Kamaraj University, for permitting the university to make a collaboration with the Seaweed Research and Utilization Association, which is almost more than 50 years old. And also Professor Vinod Nakamaya, who was part and parcel of the SRUA for a very long time. We have a close relationship also with the seaweed research. And Professor Kumaraguru, my senior in Annamalai University. Professor Kadireshan also was teacher in Annamalai University, a good friend of me. Professor Tajuddin, a long-time friend of me, Professor Rangasamy, Dr. Kannan. Kannan, we had very close contact for a long time, and Dr. Murugan. First time we are meeting, former Vice Chancellor, um, and also Anandaraman and Shivakumar, part of this RUA, and Dr. Ishwaran, Ganesh, and Velmurugan, Balasamy, name to few. They're all part of this, and it's a pleasure to associate with them and make this association march forward in the pursuit of seaweed and seaweed research and utilization research. In fact, Dr. Anand already made an apology that if there is an inadequacy, apologies, and so I don't have any complaint, but still, if there is a podium, it would have been better that everybody can, we are all bit old and younger mind, so it would be, and so, in fact, we deal today and tomorrow on various aspects of seagrasses, mangroves, and seaweeds, and its role in protecting the environment and providing, wealth to the human population. As you know, the seaweed is very well known for providing food, feed, fodder, fine chemicals, nutraceuticals, and currently it is emerging. There are many products emerging from seaweeds which can be a panacea for emerging viral diseases, neurodegenerative diseases, and whatnot to mention. And the regarding the sea grasses and mangroves, they protect the coastal ecosystem. As you well known, Professor Kadresan made a big initiative in Parangipetai, which saved a lot of people from the effect of tsunami, which is well known over India and abroad. So such a way, it provides aesthetics, beauty, and other kind of benefits to the mankind. Coming to the climate change, blue carbon, and all, there are several estimates available how we can mitigate the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and save our planet from various deleterious effects. So the estimates suggest that over 4 gigaton per year of carbon dioxide has to be sequestered within from the atmosphere within 2050. Then only we will be able to save the environment. In that context, mangroves, seaweed, seagrasses play a very vital role in sequestering carbon and save our environment, and it provides quite a lot of carbon sink to the environment. In fact, when you say specifically about the blue carbon from seaweed, which is an emerging kind of research, it says that almost around 200 to 200 and 130 million square kilometers of nutrient rich and nutrient poor, nitrite poor surface water in the exclusive economic zone is available in the world, which can be used for seaweed cultivation and capture carbon very effectively. So that is an estimate provided by the United Nations program. And also recent research also shows that specifically few seaweeds like brown algae, fucus, they have mentioned that brown algae, fucus provides or exudes fucoidin at the rate of around 0.3% of their biomass. So it captures carbon and then convert into fucoidin, and fucoidin is excluded in the environment. And at the maximum per day, it makes 0.48 milligram per liter of fucoidin. So such a way, if you calculate the lifetime of fucus, it can provide to the dissolved organic carbon in the form of fucoidan more than its biomass. So that's a estimate that was made during 2022. So such a way, results are emerging from all parts of the world. So as a individual involved in seaweed research and also inculcate knowledge on the community and students and raise students to work on and continue to work on seaweeds. It's a pleasure joining all of you to learn as well as nurture your, probably I have planned a talk next to, Professor Kadresan to, Yamalu, idea of how effectively we can seaweed as a vegetable nutraceutical, which is far away from our, cuisine in India. So I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Anand for once again joining with us, and believe the 2 days program will be a feast to the students as well as other participants. And finally, I thank Dr. Kumaraguru to make this institution available close to the coast. And also, in addition to thanking Dr. Kumaraguru, I also remember one of my former colleague, Dr. Salhu, who was the brain behind, making this, because he was the vice chancellor. He frequently interact. So I also remember his contribution towards making this as the dream come true. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
So before we go to the next moment of inaugural address by our Vice Chancellor, I just wanted to again three important persons I missed in the welcoming. Three important ladies who have been behind the growth of three important persons. Mrs. Kumaraguru and Mrs. Kadiresan sir, Madam, this Madam, Mrs. Kadiresan sir, and Mrs. Paluchami sir. So the three ladies who have behind the success of three great men here today with us. So we welcome you all, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I request Professor Dr. J. Kumar, sir, Vice Chancellor, Madurai Kamaraj University, to deliver an inaugural address.
Very good morning to all of you present. Due to some unavoidable circumstances, I am unable to be there. But I am very glad that all of you, very senior people, including a professor from Taiwan, has come all the way. And we are very glad to inaugurate this 2 days National Symposium on Blue Carbon Sink, which has been initiated by Dr. Anand. Dr. Anand has been one of the very active persons who had been able to initiate these kind of programs from time to time. We've been there in the same place, and I know the difficulties with which a person has to organize such a program. He has not been able to find a good hall. He has to put chairs outside, but still he has managed to put a display screen so that the students can view what is happening inside. That shows his commitment, his involvement, and his dedication. These are all due to the great contributions of the earlier director, Kumaraguru. I had been informed about him a lot. I was unable to meet him in person. Soon I hope to meet him. The programs of the city are always taking on shape and energy. Yesterday we inaugurated the Chemical Society of India conference of 3 days. for the regional chapter, and we had very eminent personalities like what I see in the present of podium, very eminent persons. Dr. Kannan, the chairperson of the school, has also been very dynamically supporting this kind of programs, and he had invited a professor from Taiwan. So you kindly go ahead, and I am really very glad that all of you are able to contribute and take forward such a nice initiative. I formally would like to uh, release, as per the directions of the coordinator, Dr. Anand, we can have a release of this symposium book, abstract book. I am very glad to see there are many non-governmental organizations like Sriram and others who had also been able to contribute. So I am very happy that we released this. I welcome all the delegates who have come from distances to participate in this program and give talks, so that the young minds can get more influenced by these kind of talks. I very much appreciate the professor from Anamala University who had come all the way to deliver this talk. I also see in the audience Professor Vel Murugan from Saram University. So welcome all the delegates and the participants for their presence and their valuable. Kindly go ahead and handle the program. Thank you, Dr. Anand. Please go.
Now I request Mr. Vinod G. Nagmaya sir, Founder Director, SNAP National and Alginate Product Private Limited, Ranipet, Tamil Nadu, to deliver a key address.
Thank you. Professor Padma, Vice Chancellor, other dignitaries on the dais. I'm not sure whether I'm getting the sound back. Is it okay, the sound? Yeah. In fact, I attend a lot of these conferences. I must thank the conference organizers for having allowed me to come here and attend this conference and to speak today, especially because I could meet a lot of my old friends. You know, I've been an old war horse in seaweeds for more than 45 years, right? So that's a long time. So people like Professor Balaswamy, Professor Anand Raman, Professor Subbarao, Professor Rangaswamy, I mean, I can keep naming them. You know, they're all part of this war horse who they have met over the years. So thank you for inviting me. Now, I also agree that I also need a podium to speak, but I'll make use of this. Actually, when Dr. Anand called me up 2 days ago or 3 days ago and said, can you speak today? And that was a keynote address. And it blew carbon sink. My mind went back and said, why me? You know, I just couldn't figure out why me. And I went through this boundary and I said to myself, my company, Snap Natural Language Product Private Limited, is the largest processor of seaweeds in India. And as you all know, and as was mentioned, blue carbon sink seaweeds play a role. And I take it out, I process it, right? So the question came, why me? You know? And I thought about it, and I said to myself, instead of being the bad boy from industry who takes out the weeds, I just wanted to put some things in a little perspective. Industry, environment, conservation, and livelihood, they all go together. Right now, this is something which we need to understand. And this balance has to be maintained. And for maintaining this balance, a major role has to be played by industry, and it is their responsibility to see that this particular environment, conservation, and livelihood are taken care of. So I will just speak for a few minutes on this, and just to give you a slight picture about it, let me just tell you a little bit about my company. My company, SNAP, was established in 1979 for the manufacture of alginates. And we are the largest manufacturer of alginates in India. But in terms of world standards, we are very small. But even then, we collect about 25,000 metric tons of wet peat, sargassum, and turbinaria every year. Now, that sounds a lot, but it's world standards, very, very low, as the professor from Taiwan will tell you. Cultivation, we also collect and buy Euphemia cotton from cultivated areas. We have 2 sites, one right near here at Tripalani, a 7-acre site, where we do our initial processing of seaweeds, and a 12-acre site at Ranipet. Now, when we look at this in a question of the responsibility of industry, I can only talk about my own industry. I really don't have the authority to speak about others. But when I talk about my own industry, SNAP, I have to look at the responsibility in terms of 2 ways. One is sustainable practices for harvesting of seaweeds. 2, processing of seaweeds. Both have to be sustainable, responsible, and environment friendly. To just give you a background about the seaweed industry in India in a few words, seaweed collection actually started in the Gulf of Mannar in 1965. That's long before we came into being. It was started by an initiative of the Chief Minister of then Tamil Nadu, Chief Minister Annadurai. And it was essentially started as a livelihood for the poor Ramnad district fisher folks. In 1988, Gulf of Mannar was declared as a biosphere. As a biosphere, commercial activity is permitted as long as the sustainable and responsible, causing no harm to the environment. And I'm happy to tell you that this activity, which has been going on since 1965, has been sustainable, and scientists, friends of mine tell me, has not really impacted the environment. Now, the government again took certain things to make it sustainable. And the Ministry of Environment and Forest, somebody's here from there, Dr. Malkani, IFS, in 17th December 2006, decided to call all the stakeholders in this journey of seaweeds. Now, who are these stakeholders? The 4 key stakeholders who attended this were the fisher folk. I use the word fisher folk because basically 70 to 80% are women. Second, the industries who buy the seaweeds. Third, the government officials who regulate the collection. And finally, the scientists from CSMCRI and the academics who actually monitor the biosphere. We had many detailed discussions, minutes were prepared, and all the stakeholders were asked to sign it. The outcome of this was that we will follow a calendar of collection of seaweeds so that the resource, which is renewable, is available for us at all time. The calendar fixed was that there will be no collection at all in any form in March, April, and May. Manual collection will be permitted, and they will not use things like scrapers and things for collection, by thus damaging the ecosystem. Fourth, the collection will be only, third, the collection will be only in the biosphere and not in the national park, which are the 21 islands. I'm really happy to tell you that these guidelines have been very strictly adhered by all the stakeholders. The impact of this is that collection is sustainable, good quality weeds for alginates are available at the quantity required by industry, and the ecosystem has not been impacted. Now, coming to livelihood, I can only talk about the impact my company has on livelihood. This year, we have been employing in the sea and on the shore and on our site at Triplani close to 500 to 600 fisher folk. I keep using the word fisher folk because 60 to 70% are women. You would be surprised to note that they earned on an average of 1,000 rupees a day. Now, because of this earning, well over 1,000 families along the coastline have been able to lead what I would say a fairly good and decent life. I won't say great life, but definitely a decent life, and I'm hoping it brings them out of poverty. Now, this is the sort of livelihood impact that seaweed can have. Now, coming to the second aspect of seaweed processing, as I keep saying, industry has to take a lead. Industry has certain responsibility. Most of you will know that alginate is a very water-intensive process. And they tell you that per kilo of alginate, and FAO data suggests it should be around 1,500 liters for producing 1 kilo of alginate. My company consumes just about 50 liters per kilo of alginate. Now, these things are possible if industry, along with the scientists who we work for, we can achieve these sort of milestones. I just must add here that our effluent water we treat using phycoremediation. My company, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the only company probably in the world, unless I'm corrected, which uses phycoremediation. We use a microalgae for neutralizing the acidic effluent and to convert it into a better form and to produce a good amount of biomass using microalgae, a blue-green algae, and I'm told by the scientists it is Crucoccus turgidus. And it's, in fact, one of the algae which generates a lot of income for us. Finally, we have been for decades a zero discharge company. Now, this seems to be difficult to think about for industry. Essentially, the solid waste has been converted into good, and the liquid waste into good agriculture biostimulants. In fact, Professor Rangaswamy is right here here. He worked with a lot of the science in the early days, well before I think biostimulant even came into being talked about. Today, the government of India wants to push forward with biostimulants. And the reason is biostimulants reduces the usage of inorganic fertilizers, right? And in a really good move, the biostimulants, seaweed-based biostimulants have been brought under the fertilizer control order, which means the availability, the sale becomes easier, but there will be standards, right? Which is, I think, a good thing. Right now, I won't take much longer because I don't think I will be able to add any more, but I would request people to visit us, the students especially, so that they can understand what I'm talking about and what it means to a fairly large scale production of seaweeds and how it is utilized. But we must remember that when we talk that industry has a role, industry has a responsibility to the environment and to the conservation of it. And industry also has a role and a responsibility to the livelihood. And the importance is that there's a good synergy between these. Then we can all move forward, and we can make this industry big. And I think symposiums such as this on blue carbon sink will take this a long way. So I thank you, and I warmly would welcome students and professors who would like to interact with us. We are willing to join with you in research, which can be pure research. I think Professor Rangaswamy and from CSMCI, Dr. Ganeshan is there, who will tell you that we are also interested in just pure research. We are not interested just on industrial research, because pure research is something which at some day becomes useful to the community. So we welcome Madurai Kamraj. university's initiative in this, and we'll be happy to collaborate with you. Thank you.
I request Dr. Anand sir, Organizing Secretary, to honor a compliment, a token of love to Mr. Vinod G. Nagmaya sir. I'd like to welcome Dr. Hyung Jing Xion, Distinguished Professor of Institute of Marine Biology, National Taiwan University, to deliver a special address.
Okay, good morning for all the very important VIP scientists, professor. I saw the name and they are very well known. So I met some of you in the different conference. So first I would like to thank the chairman, Kenan, who invited me to be here, and also organizer, head of the department. Also, I also in the dean of the CAS Alumni University. I was in your institute, and also many others, and also the founder of the institute, and also the vice chancellor, Professor Dr. Huma, and I know many of you, and also Professor Santana in the Palestine University. I was there, and particularly Professor Murugan arranged all the program for me to be here for 1 week, give the speech in different university, college, and also Professor Pagrandi take 1 week off to accompany us. I have a long-term collaboration with Professor Murugan for 20 years. He is a frequent visitor in my lab. I think more than 10 or 20, maybe close to 15 times, because every year you were in my lab and in the past, except the COVID-19. Okay, I have many very good collaboration with India, particularly many of my students now already assistant professor or in the different position in India, because they did the PhD in my lab. And also I have one Indian student who got a double PhD, because we have a joint PhD with the University of Lille, France. So one of my Indian double PhD student, Shakanika Das, now he's the assistant professor in the Amit University near New Delhi. And for the moment, I have 5 PhD students from India, 5, and then 2 are coming. So will be total 7 PhD students in my lab from India, and 2 exchange Indian student, master student, my former double PhD student Shakanika. She sent 2 Indian students to my lab. Okay, so a lot of big group from India. Although I have some, for the moment, I have students from Canada, 1 student from Canada, 1 student from Mexico, 1 student from the Philippines, another student from China, and several from Taiwan. So it's a big small United Nation, different country. And I encourage some of your good students can apply my university for PhD program, National Taiwan Ocean University. You can go to the website to check. And then if a good student make a good proposal, they can get good funding. The funding is sufficient to study in Taiwan without any support from the family, just from Taiwan. because we have three sources of the funding. One is from university, one is from the institute, and the main one will be from your supervisor or the advisor. Or the advisor can support the scholarship from the project. So you student, if they find the supervisor who has a lot of funding, then they can easily survive in Taiwan without problem. All of my former Indian students, without even spend any money from the India, but they got a PhD degree in Taiwan. Some of them, if they get a very good scholarship, they after finish the PhD, they still have some money bring back to India, because Indian students, they don't spend too much money. So if they don't travel a lot, they are not spending the money in traveling, in holiday, then most of the Indian students, after finish, they still have some money to bring back to India, as far as I know. Okay, anyway, I encourage you good student to apply by university, National Taiwan Ocean University. And then I have 15 minutes of the video presentation of my university. So if you see the university is good, please encourage your good student, make a good proposal for PhD proposal, and then apply the scholarship, apply the scholarship from my university, from the supervisor, from the institute, and also from the university itself. And then you can, if you get the admission, you can come. No problem. You will finish the your PhD without any support from India. Just from Taiwan, you can get the your PhD degree. Okay, so I will show the 15 minutes of my university. If you see the university is acceptable, then please apply my university for the PhD. Okay, my university is the National Taiwan Ocean University. Everything is about ocean, everything. Ocean related. Okay. So after inoculation, okay, so I finish here. Thank you.
I request Dr. Kannan sir to honor a token of love to Dr. Heming Jeng Sean sir. I pleasure to welcome Professor Dr. A.K. Kumraguru sir, Vice Chancellor, Noor Islam Dement University, Kanyakumari District, Founder Director, Professor and Head, MKU retired, ex-Vice Chancellor, MS University, Tirunelveli, to deliver a facilitation address.
A very good morning to everyone. First of all, my congratulations to Dr. Anand, who has been behind organizing this national level symposium along with SRUA, the Seaweed Research Utilization Association. And I have to thank Professor Dr. Kumar, the Vice Chancellor of Madurai Kamaraj University, who has been able to give his consent to conduct this national symposium in the Marine Field Research Facility, which is the appropriate place for such a conference. And of course, we have a galaxy of dignitaries in the field of marine biology, particularly with reference to the seaweeds and associated marine plants. We have experts from various countries, including Taiwan, Dr. Huang Xiangxian, and we have with us Mr. Vinod Nehemiah, who has been able to give the importance of industry and industry collaboration with universities. And we have Professor Padma Kumar, the president of SRUA, and we have Dr. Rangasamy, Dr. Tajuddin, Dr. Murugan, the former vice chancellor, Dr. Kadresan. I see only the clan of Mr. Kadresan, Professor Kadresan here, more than anybody else, which gives me a gratifying moment, because after the inception of this department 25 years ago, it is really gratifying to note that such an occasion is happening and such a national level symposium is also being organized. So I have the great honor to felicitate the organizing committee and Professor Kannan, who is also supporting all the time, all my activities, even while I was there. Although he was my student, he was my colleague as well. And he has been supporting all our efforts. And now I am really glad that he is behind Dr. Anand to support him so that this institution, this center, this department will grow strength to strength. And this particular symposium is named Blue Carbon Sink because I really like that acronym because it is very important. BCAS. So I think there is another hidden meaning in that. BCAS. You should become CAS sooner or later. So I really like that acronym. And in terms of blue carbon, and of course, many of us know the importance of the carbon sink. And blue carbon is becoming more popular nowadays because we have a vast ocean surface which is supporting a variety of marine life, particularly the sequestering organisms. Sequestering organisms, when we say, they are basically the seaweeds. And the blue carbon sink actually has three different components. They are the mangroves, the seagrasses, and tidal marshes. It's quite interesting. I looked into some of the statistics recently, and I found that from 0.2 to 2 metric tons of carbon per square kilometer per year. 0.2 to 2 metric tons of carbon per square kilometer per year can be sequestered by the mangrove forests. Similarly, the seagrasses, from 200 to 2000 grams of carbon per square meter per year. 200 to 2000 grams of carbon can be sequestered by the seagrasses. Similarly, the tidal marshes also play a very important role. They sequester from 100 to 800 grams of carbon per square meter per year. So put together, all these three components of the marine system contribute really a lot of sequestration of the carbon for this blue planet. And the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals says that we should reach net zero emission standards by the year 2030, which was the original target. Now I believe it is 2050. So net zero, when we say net zero, unless we increase the sequestering abilities of all the organisms, we will not be able to reach the net zero emission. We continue to emit various kinds of carbon sources, and we cannot stop this. We have to sequester the carbon being emitted in the environment. So in that context, I think this particular conference gains importance, and I the participants in this conference will be able to benefit out of this conference. I see a large number of young minds here. You see, the youngsters are the future of this country. When I was a student, our teachers used to say, you people, the students, are the youngsters, are the future of the future of the country. The same way, you have to carry forward this, and your generation, the young generation, has to look into this aspect, and you that the country out of your studies or research. And I would like to remind you with a quote from or a saying of Albert Einstein. He said, education is not only the gaining of knowledge. The purpose of education is to make you think. So able to inculcate that attitude in the young minds. And as teachers, the teachers have the responsibility to carry this message to the students, and the students have to absorb this, and they have to be responsible for the country as responsible, because we are at the crossroads in terms of environment contamination and tackling the environmental contamination. And when I started my PhD way back in 1970s, 73, 75 onwards, I was the first one to get into environmental pollution and toxicology aspects. Those days, nobody was interested in studying any of these things because that was the beginning of the actual environmental crisis in the Western countries. And now we have a very great problem in our own backyard. So we have to make sure that we put all our minds and apply our minds and put in all our efforts so that we come up with solutions before somebody else comes and advises us. So that is the kind of situation we have to create. So at this point of time, I again would like to insist that the new education policy 2020 insists that you should have collaboration with industries. And it was rightly pointed out by Mr. Nehemiah that industrial for the students will be of great benefit for not only for their career, but also for their future, because they will become not job seekers, but they will be job providers. So employability is one of the major issues which we find. We are producing thousands and thousands of engineers. Many of them are not employed. It's all because in the past, we could not have any industry collaboration in our syllabus. Unless we put it in the syllabus, people don't bother about it. So now the time has come. The new education policy is brought out, and the industry institute collaboration is very, very essential. I insist that this be carried forward by all the teachers, whoever is here. And I believe Professor Kadiresan will have a lot of things to talk about this because he has a lot of experience along this line. So at this point, I would also like to thank the local community here who have been able to give us the land. They donated initially 5 acres of land, and subsequently another 2 acres were acquired. All of them were donated free. And at least a dozen of the local people are responsible for developing this institute. And at this point of time, I would like to thank them. I would like to thank the local administration of this village, as well as the people in this. There are 3 Jamaats, and I would like to thank all those 3 Jamaats who have been with us in developing this institution. And I would like to thank all the former vice chancellors who have supported me in developing this institution. And I actually support all these people who have been coming here to get help from me. I have been doing it as much as possible. And I would like Dr. Anand and his team of his clan to help the same way all the people in the local area so that this institution will grow from strength to strength. With these few words, I would also like to thank the media people who are here so that they'll be able to carry on the message to the public so that this kind of an institution is existing here, trying to serve the people so that everybody will come to know about it and they will get it out of this. These few words, I once again congratulate the organizers, particularly Dr. Anand, Dr. Kannan, and his team of people, Mr. Tavasi, Mr. Raman, and these people were appointed at the time when I started this institute. So I am really grateful to them for carrying forward this along with their career. I wish them all success in their life as well. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request Professor Ravi Kumar sir to honor a token of love to Professor A.K. Kumraguru sir. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. K. Kadiresan sir, former Director and Dean, Faculty of... Sir. Thank you.
I request you to kindly give a big hand. Very good, very good. You know, there are 38 acupuncture points in your, hands. So that will be activated. By listening to the sound, somebody can wake up also. Why I am asking you to wake up, I am going to ask you a very critical question. Very critical question I am going to ask you. You are going to answer. Should we include seaweeds Should we include seaweed in the blue carbon framework of this country? Say yes or no. Louder, louder, louder. I think 3 times verdict is over. The symposium purpose is also solved. So the symposium is thoughtful, useful, purposeful, wonderful. I am grateful to the organizers. But my dear friends, appreciation, congratulation, felicitation, not a formality, but expression of one's mind. It is an expression of one's mind. So that way, we have to appreciate others. See, I could see intellectual daughters, beautiful intellectual daughters like me, and the intellectual brothers like me, and like Anand. See, we have to appreciate others. When you appreciate others, what will happen? The hormone, happy hormone, dopamine is synthesized. What is the hormone? Dopamine. When the dopamine is synthesized in your body, then you will be very happy. So the dopamine is very important. You should appreciate others. You should appreciate others. That is, the dopamine gives the anandam. Anand is because of the dopamine. You see, Anand is the key of life. Anandan is the key for this event. Please give him a big hand for the wonderful organization he has made it. Because he is my student. That way. Secondly, remarkable leadership. Remarkable leadership. See, while appreciating the people, he appreciated Mrs. Kumaraguru and Mrs. Kadiresh. So we are all very happy. See, appreciating wife is very, very important. Today itself, you go and appreciate your wives and children. It's very, very important. So appreciation is very important. The Anand, dopamine. Anand is important. I appreciate you. And my dear friends, the purpose behind all this achievement, 25 years of celebration, he is none other than Dr. Kumaraguru. Please give him a big hand. He is the father of the institution. I could see Seshaya, Professor Seshaya of Center of Advanced Study in Marine Biology, sitting here, a student of CIS in Marine Biology. I could see the center, a Center of Advanced Study in Marine Biology of Porto Novo. This is the Porto Novo Center of the Madurai Kamaraj University. He has grown 25 years. Remarkable, remarkable achievement. Hats up to you for all the vibrance of this leadership and things like that. See, the teacher, we can go on, speak. We know how to start. We do not know how to stop. You don't worry about it. And the association. Oh, what a wonderful association. The Seaweed, the Research Utilization Association, such a dynamic, vibrant association. But after COVID, there are some lacunae, no problem. But hereafter, it is going to be very dynamic and vibrant because of the leadership of our Padma Kumar. Please give him a big hand. Our student only, Padma Kumar. And you see that again, secretary, you look at the seaweed. Whether seaweed is healthy, I will show Anandaraman, very healthy. So he is the secretary. And you see our, Kannan, Sivakumar. Sivakumar is the treasurer of this association. So do well, do this association, vibrant, active, in future at least. The journal has to be resumed and things like that. So I can go on, speak like this. But today I am very happy, sir. Because I feel as if I have come to see my family members, brothers, sisters, uncles, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, all the people, I'm meeting. So it's like a family coming and then meeting you people. I am extremely very happy and very, very happy about you people. I wish this symposium a grand success. Be the best, best of the best, only best, all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And we are so eager to listen to your plenary lecture also following this inauguration. Thank you so much, sir. And as you rightly pointed out, the young minds are going to take to the next level of generation. We have here MSc second year student who is the granddaughter of Dr. A. Fernando, sir, AFSS. She is also one of our student. Olivia Fernando. And we really miss Dr. AF sir, and his granddaughter, she is a student of ours. So they are taking, and the CAS gene is getting carried forward. And we all thank our parent department, CAS Marine Biology, Parangipete is always our parent institution. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. K. Murugan, sir, CSIR Emirate Scientist, former Vice Chancellor, Trivandrum District University, to deliver a facilitation address.
Very good morning. Very good morning to everybody. I think the people have come here, all are expert. All are expert in a particular field. So everybody will wants to talk more on their subject. Okay. If you give mic, no, everybody will talk more like that. So that I congratulate the organizer. And I think these deliberations from this symposium definitely will give a solution to mitigate the climate change parameters. And at this juncture, I congratulate Professor Anand, Dr. Kannan, and Dr. Kumaravil sir also there, Professor Kadiresan, my friend Dr. Veera Gurunathan, Pugalendi sir, Rangasamy sir, and my dear friend from National Taiwan Ocean University, Professor Jiang Xiu Huang also is here to help the students to take back to Taiwan to study more on ocean study research. So congratulations to organizer. Thank you very much. Thank you once again.
I request Dr. Anantharaman, sir, to honor a token of love to Dr. K. Murugesan, sir. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. N. Taujuddin, sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, B.S. Abul Rahman Institute of Science and Technology, deemed to be the University Vandalu, to welcome a facilitation.
Very good morning to each and every one of you assembled here. I am my special appreciation to the organizers of this conference. So, because of his interest and also his continuous initiation to rejuvenate this center, because we know that in long term, quite some time it is efficiency and interest. Now it is rejuvenated. Now everyone witnessed the presence of center from Madurai Kamaraj University, and my friend Dr. Anantharaman, my role model professor and collaborator Dr. Batma Kumar sir, Dr. Vinod sir. CVID conference during 1994. He is a supporter. He is sponsoring. He is a concert supporter of almost all the conferences organized by CVID Research Institution. Thank you, sir, for your constant support. And our foreign delegate, Dr. Huan Jiang Xian. So I really thank you, sir, for your presence in our midst. So our students will be highly motivated and imbibe the knowledge from you in this country. And then Dr. A.K. Kumaraguru, sir, Vice Chancellor of Nurul Islam University, my role model professor, Dr. Kadiresan. It is very difficult to maintain the vibrant atmosphere in this hall after Kadiresan's talk. So it is very difficult for me. Now somehow I like to mention some points which is need of the hour. And then Dr. Murugesan, sir, former Vice Chancellor of Tiruvallur University, my role model, Dr. Rangasamy, sir, Dr. S. Kannan, sir, Dr. Shivakumar, and our senior scientist of this country, Dr. Subbarao sir, Dr. Iswaran, Dr. Ganesan, and Dr. Vel Murugan, so many, Dr. Ravi Kumar, and another very important young, vibrant faculty from Bharadasan University, Dr. Sandhanam. So he is established a very excellent center on coffee pod cultivation in our university through the Department of Biotechnology funds, and all the distinguished eminent scientists of our country. I like to ask a question. it is in Tamil, people frequently, particularly politicians, frequently saying that கல் தோன்றி மண் தோன்றா காலத்தே முன் தோன்றிய மூத்த குடிமக்கள் தமிழ் மக்கள் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. Is it correct? Correct. Correct. Okay. As a Tamilian, I appreciate that. I am also very happy to say that it is a correct. But as a cyanobacteriologist, as a microalgalologist or the algalologist, it is totally wrong. Because kal thondri man thondra galate, there is an anaerobic atmosphere. So there no life is there, only anaerobic atmosphere. The organism first emanating the oxygen is cyanobacteria, microalgae, subsequently the macroalgae like seaweeds. So because of our contributions, our environment is oxygenated. Now we are living. So I am very proud to say that we are all assembled here. We are doing work on microalgae, cyanobacteria, as well as the marine biological systems. So now, just imagine, 50 years back, we are in a developing country stage. 20 years back, again, we are in a developing country stage. Today, we are telling that again, we are in a developing country stage. This is because our population explosion and also problem of pollution, CO2 eminence, and the environment is very harsh because of the CO2 eminence emanating from the cells. It is very difficult to control the explosive population. But there is a solution for anything. So scientists from all over the country in different disciplines, they discussed in a big conference and they finally agreed and concluded that our future requirement for food, feed, fertilizer, fine chemical, energy, anything you want, it is satisfied only by the algae, particularly microalgae, algae, seaweeds, cyanobacteria, and so many things. It is scientifically proved. So I am very happy that we are working in this kind of algal research, and also, Dr. Nahimia proved the excellence of algal product in the form of the alginate. I visited 1 year back. I visited your company. Really, I amazed to see the product development, zero waste management. So whenever we use any kind of algae, you can tell the circular economy. Circular economy is possible only by using the algae. For example, in one of my Indo-UK project on biodiesel production, I cultivate the algae in a big ratio pond of 35,000 liter ratio pond I established. I use the sewage water for the nutrient. Sewage water, it is coming from the ladies and gents hostel. I used only the sewage water and we developed the blooms of algae in ratio pond. Then we extracted the lipid for biodiesel production. So when we are extracting the lipid through the trans-esterification process, we can get the fatty acid methyl esters. It is a biodiesel, and glycerol is a co-product. So remaining cellulosic biomass, waste biomass after extraction of the lipid, we use the fermentation technology. We add the Clostridium acetobutylicum. We develop the biobutanol. Finally, there is no waste. So this is possible only by the algae. And also now the basic and fundamental requirement for initiating the algal biotechnology is to identification. Identify taxonomy is very important. Without taxonomy, you cannot proceed. I am at least very happy to see the Dr. Balasamy sir. He is one of the eminent taxonomists of this country in microalgae. I really appreciate your contribution and books. And our students are following your books. So likewise, this conference is very important for satisfying our future requirements. So in this way, I really appreciate Dr. Anand and supported by Dr. Padma Kumar, who is the secretary, and all the treasurer. Everyone is responsible for organizing this conference. I hope that the participants, young participants assembled here, who are going to imbibe the new knowledge from the eminent speakers, and definitely our country will be in a developed country stage. So I am sure that I visited several countries. The IQ of the foreign people is no IQ of the Indian students. It is we are no way inferior to anyone in any corner of the world. We are equally talented. Only thing is we have to identify our interest, which interest you are working on. You have to initiate the interest in your mind, and then once you interested, you yourself involve what you are interested. Finally, you have to have the innovative idea. Then only we will develop so many new product to process from microalgae and seaweeds. Then only in future, near future, I hope that our country will be in a developed country stage. With this, I really thank the organizers for giving this wonderful opportunity to share some of my views on microalgal biotechnology. Thank you, and all.
Thank you, sir. I request Professor Dr. K. Batmakumar, sir, to honor a token of love to the Dr. N. Tajuddin, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. R. Rengasamy, sir, former professor and director, Center for Advanced Studies in Botany, University of Madras, Chennai.
Very good morning. The most respected 4 vice chancellors in the room, respected dignitaries on the dais, and my dear students. I'm very much delighted indeed to extend my sincere felicitation to the organizers for the success of this 2 days symposium on blue carbon sink. At the outset, I'd like to narrate something about the subject, since already our friend Professor Kadiresan extended very interesting felicitation to the organizers. Let me also thankful to the Professor Anand as well as Professor Sivakumar for inviting me for these wonderful occasions. You may heard about there is a green revolution in India was started by Professor M. Swaminathan in the year 1960, and the white revolution was initiated by Dr. Verghese Kurian in the year 1970, and 1985 and 1990, Dr. Hiralal Chaudhary and Dr. Arun Krishnan, they started on blue revolution in order to double the fisheries production as well as marine products. As you are aware, carbon sink is nothing but that implies carbon capturing in the oceanic, sea as well as other ecosystems by majorly mangroves, seagrass, seaweeds and phytoplankton. When we talk about the carbon sink, especially by the phytoplankton, seems to be 20 to 50 billion tons per year globally, which contribute to 40% of carbon sink. I like to mention something about the fisheries. In the year 2020, the fisheries harvest from the globally seems to be about 0.178 billion tons. Then what happened to the rest of phytoplankton? When you ask me, I like to narrate something about thermochemical liquefaction process. So we demonstrated earlier by keeping the microalgae at 200 lb pressure at 320 degrees Celsius, we can convert the organic matter into petroleum. Since there is a depolymerization of carbon and hydrogen, and polymerization of these two, you can get petroleum crude. That is, we can achieve at this temperature and pressure. This might be happening in the natural environment also. What I'm saying is, the rest of phytoplankton, after consuming the fishes, if they contact there is a underwater current, when they go deep, there was pressure, when they get 200 lb pressure, and when they contact some hot zone, either in the sea or in the earth, they can convert it to petroleum, so that we are tapping the petroleum products since 1859. Please remember, in the year 2023, they estimated we are able to consume about 107 million barrel per day. It is obvious these phytoplanktons, they converted to petroleum, and they are majorly opening in the Gulf regions, especially Arabian countries. They are tapping it every day. That is a process being going on even till now. Therefore, the replacement of petroleum is possible only in the presence of phytoplankton or other biota. It is obvious, whenever the sun is there, and ocean is there, and east is there will be depletion of petroleum. So with reference to the seaweeds, the Indonesia and Philippines, as well as Taiwan, they standardize a protocol by supplying robust sea material to the farmers. What they do is, they go for there is a chemical treatment of water by chlorination, dechlorination. And after checking, is there any chlorination with this nil? Then they go for taking only 0.5 centimeter thickness of either this is a cup of guess and treated with surface the sterilization by using mercury chloride or betadine. Then they go for triple antibiotic treatment. After keeping it for night for overnight, then they go for keeping in a special medium like F/2 or BS medium. Then they are supplying this robust seed material every now and then to the seaweed farmers. That should be followed in our Indian scenario also. This is my humble request, especially for the youngsters. You must think about achieving robust seaweed material, and we must supply to the farmers. This is the only obligation I am putting right now. And secondly, there are certain areas we have to check it, especially for Zucendele from corals, as well as prochloron from acidians, are also very much available to our coastal region. Kindly go through all these this investigation, and I'm sure we must be the leader in future by promoting seaweeds in large scale. Now the seaweeds production seems to be somewhat minimized, but it's possible once we go for supplying robust sea material from the industry or from the institutions, we can help the seaweed farmers. Thanks a lot once again for giving me the open opportunity to narrate something about the future line of investigation. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. K. Shivkumar, sir, Professor, Department of Plant Science, MKU, to honor a token of love to the Dr. Rangasamy, sir. I request Professor Dr. S. Kannan, sir, Chairperson, School of Energy, Environment and Natural Resource, Madurai Kamaraj University, to deliver a facilitation address.
Very good morning to one and all gathered here. Distinguished Professor A.K. Kumaraguru, sir, who was the founder of this institution. Everybody may say, I worked there, I served there, somewhere I enjoyed that particular post, where it may be like that. But the person is the founder, means real founder. I thank the Professor Kadiresan sir comparatively mentioned as a Sesaya. We never ever forget his food printed here for this purpose, how much time he had visited very many peoples of this entire local areas, including Rameswaram. Very many people came forward, but denied with various other their expectations. But here only the people who have given 5 acres of land free of cost, it is a great achievement. We cannot say by word. It is an ample opportunity. It was created not only by him, by the Vice Chancellors and his well-wishers from the local area. Sir was a native of, born in Paramakudi. That kind of impression upon the saving this particular coastal area, though he studied from the Annamalai University, but also from the Canada, much interest on the water quality on the coastal region. At the time, heavy metal was a heavy problem, hectic problem for the water. Now we are all thinking about micro level up to the blue carbon sink. But he was the pioneer for instrumentation to know the heavy metals study. That was the first time in Madurai Kamaraj University he was initiated. That was the thing made nearly 40 PhD he has produced. Everybody is like me, well settled. That is very much important nowadays. Guiding a student is anybody can do, and everywhere it can be possible. Whether the students are all settled in somewhere else, speaking about our guide, respecting as a guru is a very much important for that. That was the one remarkable achievement we have to think upon this auspicious day. Second one, now we are all thinking about corals existing in all over the Gulf of Mannar and Park Bay. Supreme Court interim relief has given that dead corals can be removed off. Immediately, various other cement industry came over here and started to excavate it by bombarding with dead corals. His own subject expert view given to the Supreme Court made retaining this particular coral nowadays. We are thinking about various fauna, flora, sinking this and that. If he has not been there on that point to give the opinion about a subject expert, this particular thing may not be happened. Someone else may be the expert wrongly chosen. It never happened. So thanks to this particular event he has made for that purpose, what are all the steps he has taken, that particular collector, Vijay Kumar IAS, how much time spent with him for preparing to the court preparation, court submission, all the scientific information of zooxanthellae and algae is none other than symbiotic life settled over the rough surface, even if it is a dead corals. Otherwise, no coral is possible. We have to see only in the picture. So that kind of words harshly even in the Supreme Court made this particular study possible nowadays. And another thing which I like to say, association with the seaweed is a second time. Previous time happened during the 20 years before. What are all the work done in the Park Bay and the Gulf of Mannar? Everything was compiled and published on the day of auspicious inauguration day. Bibliography of the book is ready. So it's still available in the digital form. Any one of the students who are all youngsters who are all want to do any PhD or any research upon Gulf of Mannar or any other Park Bay, all the documents behind it, since its exception, study started even 1900s, bibliography is also available. So I am so much thankful to him. I was the one among them to compile all those things at the time. So I was expected something innovative releasing happened this particular day. Because of the corona and our university instability and other work, different assignment, it has not been forwarded. So like that, it is sailing with a good spirit to bring to the knowledge, to the information. And I am so happy that our Taiwan professor also came forward. Luckily, this particular week, he was in India, especially Tamil Nadu. Thanks to the Murugan sir, when he is telling about this particular visit happening here, he very well accepted and come over here and having a MOU with Taiwan University. Tomorrow, my chancellor is going to have the discussion with him. So it will be open for any youngsters to go for any research, comparative study with the Taiwan and Indian Ocean and other, not only oceanal study, inland water bodies. Only the microorganisms are the better media to remediate all the biological event made by the deterioration happened by the human being and his civilization. So that can be possible with microbial or various other biotechnological way. We have to have it. Thanks to the Tajuddin sir, he has suggested very many biodiesel level production. We had a project, we had one particular organisms having a capability of biohydrogen production from the waste water. That can be of new innovations followed with the same spirit. Within another 10 years, very similar the Seaweed Association conference must be happened. For that purpose, youngsters will be the future determiner. So they will be come forward with innovative ideas. So that can be the future for our research. Thanks for the press media for come over here. Still I am remembering on the day of inauguration of this particular center happened in the Pudumadam in the tractor. In the heavy pouring of the rain was happened. On the day, our professor was sitting in the tractor truck. Vice Chancellor Professor Salihu was inaugurating. On the day, he said, one particular day will come. This particular Pudumadam will be markable in the global map by giving the floral and various other fauna, flora study going to be happen. That will be a wealthy enough for the industry people like our expert. They may be come over here, this particular lab, study, have to go for land. Every poor people have to have lot of studies. In this angle, I congratulate Anand sir to got a UGC approved NSQF course, BVOC study. So that will be the UG course, aquaculture, that has been developing the skill development. Not mere giving the degree is not enough. Let the poor students getting the livelihood from studying whatever be the possible. That's why skill development program also he is having with us. Seaweed cultivation also having with the collaboration of our research center. Like that innovative way we are all doing. Coastal cleanup day every year past 8, 9, 10 years we are all continuously carrying out. For that purpose also industries are all coming for funding and various other aspects. Like that very many events to be happen this particular institution, which was the milestone to be crossed with a lot of youngsters to be benefited. With this, I can stop my enlisted achievements of this particular School of Energy, under which there is a Marine Coastal Studies Department having the achievement. Thank you. Thank you for patient hearing. Thank you for coming over here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Dr. K. Shivakumar, sir, Professor, Treasurer STRUA, Department of Plant Science, School of Biological Science, Madurai Kamaraj University, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, a very good morning to all of you. It is my pleasure and great privilege to register my sense of profound and gratitude, offer my sincere vote of thanks to all of you. Most respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor J. Kumar, Madurai Kamarajar University, and the Registrar of Madurai Kamarajar University, and the President and Secretary of Seaweed Research Utilization Association. And also I thank the Organizing Secretary, Dr. Anand, Professor Kumaraguru, former Vice Chancellor of Manoormaniam Sundaram University, Mr. Vinod G. Nehamaya, Founder and Director, SNAP, Alginate, Ranipet, Dr. Fang Jiang Xiang, Distinguished Professor of Marine Biology, National Ocean University, Dr. K. Kadiresan, former Director and Dean, Faculty of Marine Science, Center for Advanced Studies in Marine Biology, Annamalai University, Dr. K. Murugan, former Vice Chancellor of Thiruvalluvar University, Vellore, presently working CSIR Emeritus Scientist, Professor R. Rangasamy, former Professor and Director, Center for Advanced Study in Botany, University of Madras, Professor S. Kannan, Chairperson, School of Energy and Environment, Natural Resources, Madurai Kamarajar University, and Professor G. Gopinathan, Professor and Head, School of Energy and Environment, Natural Resources, Dr. Iswaran from Central Salt Marine Chemical Research Institute, Dr. Ganesan from Central Salt Marine Chemical Research Institute, distinguished invited speakers, Professor Vel Murugan from SRM University, Professor Tajuddin, Vice Chancellor of Crescent University, Professor Sandanam Baridas University, Professor Ravi Kumar Alagappa University, Professor K. Sivakumar, CAS Marine Biology, Annamalai University, Dr. Palanichami, Senior Scientist, Botanical Survey of India, Kolkata, Dr. Raghavan from Ministry of Environment Forest, Additional Director, Dr. Veera Gurunathan, CSM CRI, Dr. Subbarao, Senior Eminent Scientist, and Dr. Babu, Madras Christian College, Professor Balusamy, former President of Seaweed Research Utilization Association, delegates from various parts of our country, and including staff members of MKU in and around Ramnath District College, students and scholars, and non-teaching staff, various press media representative, and distinguished guests. I am so proud to welcome you all to extend a further word of heartiest thanks to everyone to inaugural function of National Symposium on Blue Carbon Sink 2024 at Madurai Kamaraj University Marine Field Research Center, Pudumadam. It is my great privilege, distinguished honor. I shall be highly thankful to Professor J. Kumar, Vice Chancellor of Madurai Kamaraj University, to this inaugural function, who is very honest, punctuality, dedicated, sincerity, and simpleton person. Even though in his busy schedule, they are come over here, but they are coming in the online. I am particularly grateful to our Vice Chancellor for accepting our invitation and giving his kind concern on the inaugural address of this symposium. Despite hectic schedules, sir, your benevolent presence has quality enriched on the enthusiasm of the whole scientific community present here today. I also extend my heartfelt thanks on my personal and on behalf of the organizing committee
our beloved Registrar of MKU, Professor Kumaraguru, former Vice Chancellor, MS University, and we are intended for your encouragement and well wishes of the department, sirs. Your presence has reached, your presence has here very richful, resourceful, beautiful, and bountiful to bring many more laurels of the symposium, as well as your kind acceptance and invitation to deliver the felicitation address. I consider it is my special privilege to extend my heartiest thanks to Organizing Secretary Dr. Anand for his constant guidance, encouragement, support, and cooperation in all the possible aspects in putting the event together in capacity as Organizing Secretary of the Symposium. I personally thank the various funding agencies, Ministry of Earth Science, Department of Science and Technology, SERB, Department of Biotechnology, RUSA from MKU, CSIR, SNAP Alginate, Satyam, Aqua Agri, for providing financial assistance to conduct the symposium in very smooth manner. I personally thank various media representatives for gathering information and spreading through the media at national level about the theme of BCAS 2024. I owe my most sincere gratitude to all the staff members of Madurai Kamaraj University for providing necessary facilities and helped me to balance the competing demands to organize a symposium in a successful manner. My dear delegates, young budding scientists, senior scientists, and teaching fraternity, I hope these 2 day symposium and your observation and interpretation, deliberation, corroboration would be very fruitful in your near future academic achievements in terms of future prosperous in all your endeavors. Last but not least, I would like to extend my word of thanks to our research scholar, Dr. Rangesh, Ms. Batmapriya, Ms. Swati, Mr. John. These four people for the last 3 months sincerely devoted the work to bring out all the moral support to bring out the symposium very successful. I am very much thankful to each and every one who has contributed for the symposium, make a grand success with my heartful gratitude to once again, thank you very much for your kind and smooth cooperation. Jai Hind.
So now I request the participants to break for tea, and I request the chief guest to return in the hall, have a tea, then we can move on to the next plenary sessions. So the registered participants, students can go the downstairs, we have a high tea and then we come back. 10 minutes we can take.